Hey guys, this is Jatin with DropPro. In this particular video, we're gonna decode the interview round process, questions, answers to those e-learning platforms like Byju's and Academy Vedantu and others. Before we get started to the interview round process questions, let me highlight the problem statement that we're gonna resolve for today. When I was in my college preparing for Byju's interview or any other IT or e-learning platforms, when I do internet research, right, to find helpful resources in order to get interview questions, then I used to get tons of resources in the form of videos, articles, and a lot of other type of resources as well that claims to be the best resource in order to prepare for those interviews. Worst part is, in order to read through these websites, videos, it takes me around 4 to 5 hours daily. Not a proper time management, right? So in order to save your time and money and help you crack the next interview, here's what I did for you. It took me around 15-20 days in order to scan through around 100 plus websites and videos to find most repetitively asked questions by e-learning platforms for the role of sales, software engineers, admin, HR and others, right? Hence, you will get in this video the top questions that will be asked in your next interview, right? So let's get started. So let's get started with the content at glance first of all. So we're gonna target the people who are preparing for Byju's in the form of freshers or the experienced people as well. Targeted companies, if you get prepared for Byju's, then you're automatically getting prepared for Lido, Vedantu, One Academy or any other e-learning platform as well. In this particular video, that is part 1, we're gonna cover the technical and HR interview process. Domain of interest is going to be sales and software engineers or the IT background people. And then if you want to get responses to all the questions that I'm gonna list up today that will be asked in the next interview. So I'm targeting around 500 plus likes on this video, just 500 likes, right? And some healthy subscribers as well. So all you need to do is to before move ahead, like this video right now and subscribe to the channel. So let's get started. Moving ahead is we have the interview process, right? So in order to get that HR interview call, you can route your job application via LinkedIn job section or a career portal. If you want to increase your chances of getting that HR interview call by 80 to 90%, then you should go via employee referral. In order to get employee referral, get connect with people over LinkedIn and working with those e-learning platforms like Byju's and Academy and others and ask them to refer you for that specific job opening. The reason they will refer you, because if you get selected by that HR interviewer, then they will also get an incentive after you join the organization. In order to learn how you can get employee referral, sign up to this workshop. I'm going to provide the link to you in the description. Day 4 social selling. This is how you can understand that how to get employee referral for a specific job opening, right? Moving ahead, if you are lucky to get a chance to appear for the next round is going to be the group discussion or attitude round. Then we're going to have an HR telephonic interview to understand whether you are credible enough to move ahead with the next technical round or not. Then you're going to have a core interview round. It depends, right? If you are appearing for a sales interview, then it's going to be a sales core interview. If you're appearing for a software engineer, it's going to be a software engineer interview. Then you have a 6 weeks training or a 3 to 4 months training, right, basis on the domain for which you would be joining that specific e-learning platform. And I'm going to split this presentation into 4 parts. One is going to be the sales interview question, second slide talking about technical interview question, third about coding interview questions, and fourth about the HR interview question. Let's get started with the sales interview questions. First question that will be coming your way is, help me understand the differentiation between sales and marketing. If a student is not generating interest in any topic, what will you do? How do you sell Byju's to uneducated people? Why sales when you have engineering background? Strategy to meet your sales targets. Tell me your plan B if we reject you. Next, we have a scenario based questions. My child is already getting first rank in his classes. Why shall I go with your platform? We already have Vedantu. Why shall I switch to your platform? My child wants in-person visit for training. He may not be engaged by while watching videos only. My friend has used Byju's, but didn't give much positive feedback. We also have opening in software technical profile for you. Would you be interested in doing that? So these are the some of the repetitively asked, commonly asked questions in Byju's interviews. If you want answers to all these questions, remember, just like this video and subscribe to the channel. If I reach 500 plus likes, I'm gonna invite a sales professional from Byju's or any other e-learning platform to answer these questions for you. Technical interview questions. Technical interview question, again the most repetitively asked questions around those different tons of websites and videos that I scanned through. Pillar of OPS, object oriented programming language. Differentiate between C, C++, and Java. What is call value and call by reference? What is SLDC? Describe your task concerning a SQL server deployment. What do you know about Java scripting API? Can you think of a use case? You're given a positive integer x. Your task is to find and return the minimum number of steps x has to take to get reduced to 1. Longest palindromic substring. Given a string y consisting of lowercase English letter, you're supposed to return the longest palindromic string of y. You're given a list of string dictionary that represent the correct spelling of words and a query string query that may have incorrect spelling. You have to check whether the spelling of the string query is correct or not. If not, then return the list of suggestions from the list dictionary. Otherwise, return an empty list which will be internally interrupted as the correct string. So we're not just talking about those basic questions or differentiate between C, C++, or Java. We're talking about more like a practical oriented, coding and the technical profile questions. Because at the end of the day, if you are cracking those interview rounds of these e-learning giants, we're talking about a salary package of 20 lakhs plus, right? So you have to be ready for these sort of complex interview questions as well. You already have the list, right? So all you have to do is to prepare for the answers. If you want my help in preparing those answers, just like this video, right? 500 plus likes, I'm gonna invite a technical profile person who gonna help you to provide these responses. How do you typically troubleshoot problem? Can you give me a step-by-step example? Tell me what you know about virtualization and containerization. Do you have any specific experience with tools like VMware or VirtualBox? Data structure and types. You have given a long type array list ARR of size X. It represents an elevation map where ARI denotes the elevation of the height bar. Print the total amount of rainwater that can be trapped in these elevations. You are given an infinite supply of coins of denomination y, y0, y1, y2 up to yn minus 1. You need to figure out the total number of ways x in which you can make the change for value v using coins or denomination from y. Print 0 if a change is impossible. These are going to be your key questions that you need to have to be prepared. So it may happen that, let's say, the last question may come to you in a different form, but it's going to be coming to your next interview round. So make sure you are preparing for those interview questions. Next one we have is coding, and then we have the HR interview round. Let's get started. Now when we talk about coding questions, then these are the topmost questions that generally being asked. Differentiate coding and programming. So these are very basic questions that you should know. Differentiate between coding and programming. Differentiate between HTML and CSS. What do you know about the role of a developer and a designer? Computer program used to write code. Have you know how you can actually reverse a string? What is palindrome string? Write a code for me. How can you remove duplicates from arrays? Print a binary tree in vertical order. How to convert number string to integer in Java. Write a code to reverse a sentence of digit. Write a code to reverse a string in Python. Write a code to combine two languages. So these are the most repetitively asked questions available online via personal call that I have done to IT system engineers, right? If you guys want the practical answers to all these questions, all I expect from you is to like this video and subscribe. If you're gonna help me grow, I'm gonna in return help you grow as well. It's a mutual work that's gonna happen here. Now when we talk about the last slide that talks about HR interview questions, so these are the top most HR interview questions that can be asked in your next interview. Tell me about yourself. That's generally a basic question that everyone asks to make sure the next person who is actually appearing for the interview should feel comfortable, right? That's the whole objective behind tell me about yourself question. Why do you want to join us? Why should we hire you? Right? These are the two ways this question can be asked. The other ways as well, that why do you think you are the best role for this particular position? Tell me about the company, right? Questions related to the company and the responsibilities that you're gonna handle. That is where the job description comes into play. Tell me about your strength and weakness, short-term and long-term goals. Why is there an employment gap? Why do you want to change? Salary expectation. How will you handle the pressure? Future of programming language. So these are the top most and repetitively asked HR interview questions that will be there in your next interview round. Make sure you are preparing answers to all those technical coding and HR interview question list that I've compiled for you. It took me around 1 month to prepare this particular video. Please make sure you're liking this video right now. Now when we talk about the next step, I'm also targeting around 500 plus like on this particular video. Not just this, for specifically for HR interview questions, we have already compiled that workshop for you guys where in particular day 8 we're gonna talk about HR interview questions. So if you want to just look at the HR interview questions, I would suggest that just day 8 and day 5 should be your preferences, right? When we talk about the entire job research, then we have day 2, day 3, 4, 6, 7. But you have just, before the day of your interview, then I would suggest day 8 and day 5 are going to be a day which you should watch. These are free of cost, registration that we have over our Rockro LinkedIn off campus workshop. All you need to do is to click on get your dream job, register for free, and explore the content for free. That's something we can do right now with respect to preparing for those HR interview questions. If you want part 2 to go live as soon as possible, considering like this video right now and subscribing to the channel as well, I provided a Telegram group link in the description section, making sure you are joining that particular group to get instant updates on new videos, on questions, on updates, anything that we have for you guys in order to meet your end objective. So we look forward to your presence in the next video. Till then, namaskar.